and welcome to episode 52 of Series 1 of Master League Story Mode. Really exciting today. I'm hyped for this. We're going to have our first games of Tim Sherwood's third season, the champion season. Can he retain the title? Quite possibly. We're only going to strengthen. But most importantly, can he win the Champions League? That was his and that was our challenge to ourselves in this series. We knew there was only going to be 3 seasons. So that is going to be our focus for this last stretch, this last run of Series 1 of Master League Story Mode. We're nearly at an end and things are looking a little bit more trying than I'd first realised. Did a little bit of on the back of a fag packet maths. And I need to be averaging. This is for with the release date of PES 17 in mind, which is September 15th. With that in mind, I need to be averaging 5.1 games per episode. So that's going to be tricky. That's a lot more than the 2 that we've been averaging per episode so far. So we're going to need to see some amended highlights, definitely, compared to the first 2 seasons under Tim Sherwood. But we're also going to try and show a little bit more of the Champions League games. So I'm going to use my editor's discretion. If we've got an interesting game or we've got a game against a particularly big side or a rival, we're thinking your Tottenhams, your Villas, then of course we'll give you a little bit more. But otherwise it might just be goals, but we'll see how it pans out. So at the moment we have a scout out. The scout is looking for a central midfielder. We've improved an attacking midfield. Central midfielder, striker, left back. That's my sort of leaning at the moment. I think those would be the areas to strengthen. I think, as we said, we can be a little bit more ruthless with the squad. I think there are some players who we're just not going to play. And in this last season for Tim Sherwood, can't be affording any dead wood. So even just to get him sold, get him off the wage list. Lowe's not going anywhere because I actually fancy him. He's not going anywhere. He's just such a nice guy. Traore, good backup. Hanley, we're never going to use you. It's such a shame to say goodbye to the Scotch battler. But he's off. Duffy. Oh, Duffy had an awful week in real life. I think it was maybe at least 3 own goals, 2 red cards. Not on the best run of form, but he's been solid and he's our first choice centre back, which I think is a problem. No, he was our first choice centre back. And then also, we don't need these 3 strikers. So just to keep our options open, I'm going to put Sandro and Moreno on the transfer list. Just to see if there's any interest in them. If we can get a decent price for them. Ulari, although he's less overall, he's got the... he ticks the boxes in terms of speed and strength that really put him above, for me, Sandro and Moreno. These are sort of middle-of-the-road strikers, both good finishers. Sandro is actually strong with his speed. Sandro I'd probably rather keep. Moreno's a little bit too all-round good player, not quite good enough in certain areas for me. These were both free transfers, so like Ollie Inca, anything we make from these, pure profit, so I'll be happy with that. So before I get going, I've had a little think about some left-backs we can look at. Looking at our linked teams. First linked team is... who was I thinking of? Yeah, there must be a few at Tottenham. Danny Rose and Ben Davis. Normally if there's 2 high-quality left-backs, one of them will be easier to sign. So Ben Davis, 7 million. He's a great left-back. Definitely an improvement on Armand Traore. We'll put a bid in for him. And Danny Rose. So, he's 3 out of 5 on chances of signing. So that could be a winner. How much is he? A little bit cheaper than Davis as well. Be very happy with Danny Rose. What I could easily do, and I'm not going to for realism's sake, is I could easily just put in a load of loan bids for these players. And being as it's our last season, we don't really need to worry about development. That will be reflected in the fact that I'm not going to go just for youth players as I have earlier in this, but I'm going to go for some maybe older players who are good now, Danny Rose being a good example. But I'm not going to loan them because I could easily do that and bring in a whole new team. I'm not going to because that would ruin the realism that we strive for. Who else was it? Left back. QPR have got their left backs. Yeah, that was it. Robinson. I prefer Davis or Rose, especially if they're going to be cheaper. He is good though, 80 overall. What's he got to him? Great ball winner. He's strong. Incredible swerve. Good passer. Decent passer. Worth a look anyway. And who else did we have? Watford. West Ham. Yes. As I said, we're looking to bring in top quality. And I'm a big fan of Cresswell in real life. 2 out of 5 chance of signing. It's doable maybe. Might not happen first time, but probably worth a couple of bids at least for Cresswell. He's 7 million, so he's going to be expensive. Expect him to be 10 million. North of 10 million, but we'll definitely put in a bid as well. So that's a few left backs for us to look at. That's great. And then we're waiting for the scouting instructions for a central midfielder. So, a really strong central midfielder to replace Doughty. A new left back. Then maybe we'll take the scout out one more time to look for a centre forward for us if we have time before the end of the transfer window. But it is going to be tight. We've only got 25 million, so we're going to probably have to sell a couple of players if we're going to make any meaningful transfers. Not going to give Tim a national job, although I think he'd be excellent, obviously. Imagine that, but we're not going to for now because we don't have time, frankly. Okay, so some successful dealings here. Danny Rose, that's a shame. He was likely to be the cheapest of the four. We might have to go back in for him. Davis, Robinson and Cresswell we can do business with. We are the league champions after all, so we're a big draw now. Tim Sherwood at the helm. It's got to be exciting for a young British player like Robinson, like Cresswell. Ooh, that's a little rich. 12 million. West Ham clearly don't want to sell this great talent. Oh, they don't even want to negotiate. 57%. It looks like he could be out of the running. Robinson at 9. That's decent. Also, I've just realised, if we've got players like Sandro, yes, it could be a potentially effective bargaining chip. Sandro, what does that do to it? Takes it down to 6, but only 19% chance of signing. So Robinson, 9 million. It's not a huge transfer fee, considering his valuation. He's really strong. He's a good passer. He's got pace. He's got body balance. Good stamina. See what we can do in terms of negotiations here. Will they take a trade? I'm not happy to let go of any of those players, really. 65%, we're unlikely to get any money off. Maybe we'll try reducing the salary. I want to keep our options open as long as we can. The only problem we have is the lack of transfer slots. So you keep a few transfers on ice until the very last second, but only a limited amount. Henley, definitely don't want to sell him. Now Ben Davis, 12 million. Jesus Christ. This is why Rose looked a better option. He was the cheaper out of all of these. Ben Davis for 12 million. Wow. Pochettino. Saw us coming. It doesn't look like we're going to get any money off him either. Definitely going to go back in for Rose. I think they're probably going to be out of our price range. Amad Traore, we keep him. Definitely back up. Hanley, 1.9 million. It'd be a shame to see him go for such a small price, but we don't really need him. So nothing we can really do now but wait. I don't think there are any other players in our linked teams that I can remember that we want to look at. Scouting report is back. That's good. This is going to be exciting. So, scouting report back. This is big. Who is going to be our potential central midfield battler? Oh, Nainggolan. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That is exactly what we're after. Oh, that's going to be brutal if we get him. He's such a good player. Donser, I like the look of you. Oh, you are a big lad. And a good putt. Hey, I like him. I like you a lot. That's some good stats. No player skills, and that's always a worry. Good passer, and look at those physical stats. Huge stamina. He could be playing full games easily. Explosive power, kicking power. You know, he's missing some of the defensive prowess and ball winning of Nainggolan, but he looks to be considerably cheaper, so 100% putting a bid in for him. Eva Beniga, I mean, you'd be quality too. Great passer of the ball. But Donser's a good passer as well. 79 for both passing. Better lofted pass than Nainggolan. Ooh, Nainggolan though. He'd be great. Fighting spirit, the man marking. He's got the long range shot. What's the kicking power of Donser? Oh, 85. He can bang one, but he's only got 66 finishing. Either of them would be great. Be massively happy to get any of them. Okay, so that's exciting. Well, today is the Community Shield. We just don't have time, I'm afraid. It's a Mickey Mouse Cup. It's sponsored by McDonald's, for God's sake. But we'll see how we do. No, I'm not even sure you get any money for it. Oh, we win on penalties. Great start to the season. Tim Sherwood's passion pushing us through there against Chelsea. And Bakali's improving all the time. The Belgian Messi. The Belgian Arjen Robben. the Belgian Mighty Mouse. He's getting better and better. 82 overall. Okay, so offer for Doughty. That's good. We could sell him, try and bring in a centre-back, a centre midfield replacement for him as well. Including whichever new central midfield we get in. So we could always play and die in central midfield as well. If we want to make some space for some true quality, then we might have to let Doughty go. Robinson from QPR, that's gone well. Davis and Cresswell have broken down. Hanley could grab a couple of mil for him, and I think that would probably be worth it. I think with those two central midfielders lined up, I'm going to go back out again for a striker. I'm not sure where to look, really. I'm going to go France. I'm going to go overall rating. I'm going to look in the French league. Send Tommy Johnson. Little journey out. Not sure who this is going to bring back. This is a pretty vital scouting report here because this will be our last one of the transfer window. If we can bring real quality up front. Ulari, he had a good season. But actually nowhere near as good as his first in terms of goal return. Ended on the same goals overall as Zakaria Bakali. So didn't light the league up. He was there or thereabouts in the overall goal scoring rankings. But in a Premier League winning side, he didn't maybe give the contribution that we need. Moreno and Sandro are backup strikers. You know, there's nothing hugely impressive about them. They're good strikers. Keeping either one of them as a reserve will help us, absolutely. As I've said, squad rotation is going to be huge, but not essential. Well, there, it's sad to say goodbye to Big Ron, the Scotch battler Hanley, but two exciting new players potentially coming in, Nainggolan and Donser. Let's take a look at them. So we've got Nainggolan at 17 million. That is huge. That would leave us with only 10 million left. We've got to get a left back and a centre forward with that. What he has, though, is incredible ball winning and defensive prowess for a central midfielder who can also pass and is also quick and strong with great stamina. He's a one of a kind in that sort of way. He's got a lot of good player skills that would be really effective for us. Donser, on the other hand, no player skills at all. Looking at his stats, he's a good passer and physically he's huge. Great speed, great kicking power, his explosive power, body balance, stamina, jump, they're all there. He doesn't have the defensive prowess or the ball winning of Nainggolan. But for almost £10 million less, it's hard to turn him down. As much as I'd like the big name, I'll just see if there's anything we can do in terms of price. Are they interested in Sandro? I'd take 6 million off, but it's unlikely that this would go through anyway. No, we've got to be realistic. Nainggolan's outside of our budget. We're going to end that negotiation, and we're going to see if there's anything we can get off Donser, because he's great. 80%. But at this point, we really cannot afford for these transfers not to go through. That would be awful if that happened. Can we get any money off for Sandro? Oh, down to 2 million with Sandro. That's really good, actually, because I don't think we would get 6 million for Sandro. Then that might be a push. Seeing as he's not played very much football in the last season. I'm going to take that 100% chance of a £2 million signing. That sorts out our central midfielder and leaves us with a lot of money for a left back and a striker. Donser looks great. He's a huge upgrade on Doughty. Big strong man alongside Safir Tider. I think that's a great shout. Looks like he can also fit in at right back, which is another plus point for him. So I'm happy with that. Got 9 million maybe for Robinson, but we're still out again for Danny Rose. That's going to be a big one if we can get him. Ah, Danny Rose, come on. We want him. I'm not giving up on him, because I feel like he's going to be a lot better value. But wait a second, Donser's back. That's good. At least that's gone through. Let's take a quick look at the team as it stands now. Donser comes in, and he's going to come in straight in the place of Doughty. He's a right footer, good passer, strong as well. Great partner, I think, for Safir Tider. Buendia starts on the bench for the first time in a long time. And Jason Steele, obviously, on the bench as well. Doughty, probably not long left for him. But how will Tim Sherwood's side start off this new campaign? Well, let's have a look, shall we? Swansea, good passing here. This is looking dangerous. Bafatimi Gomez, good ball inside to Montero. Can Jack Cork find him again? And Dye gets a foot in from behind, but it's fallen to Jack Cork. Whoa, what a save! And that's the first action for Fabio / Coelho in goal. And what a strong left hand that was. You fancy maybe that might have been too much for the man of steel, Jason Steele. But Jack Cork denied. And that's why you get a new keeper in. Moments like that. Blackburn under the cosh here in their first game. Away from home. Fabio collects easily. And then looks to spread it out to Henley. Launch the break. Henley, good ball inside to Hakan. Steps back inside. Tyder out to Redmond. Away from Jack Cork. He looks for the ball for Hakan. That's a great ball in. He's got two in the middle. Ball looking long for Bakali. Tries to get a foot over the top of it. Tyder takes it well. Henley finds Redmond. He's got Ulari in the middle. Falls to Ulari with the left foot. And what a volley from the big man, Obi Ulari. There's been talk of a new striker coming in. The scouts are out potentially looking for one. But Obi Ulari showing why he was the top scorer, joint top scorer in this side in our Premier League winning season. What a finish with the left foot from the still very young and still very tall Belgian. Good play from Safir Tyder. He came out and met it well. Henley straight down the line to Redmond. He found himself in a lot of space. Ball over to Obulari, coming in from deep. Lets it fall over his shoulder. Hits it with his weaker foot. Great goal. Well, it's 1-0. Just about. Just about. Not his best. Ulari finds Redmond in a load of space here. He's got options inside. Cuts back onto one. Onto another left foot. On his left foot, Nathan Redmond. Great goal. Great finish from Nathan Redmond. A solo effort. He had people to aim for in the box. The ball out to him. Saw him in a lot of space on the right. A lot of people probably wouldn't expect him to cut back onto his left foot. Not once but twice. But he did. And when he did, he finished it really well. This was a great little cut back inside. Away from one player. And then another little cut back. Away from the second Swansea defender. Then they backed off. And that was their mistake. And Redmond finishing coolly. Oh, Redmond nearly cut that out. Ulari putting on the pressure. Gets the shoulder in on Hernandez, who somehow ends up with it. But then Obulari wins it back. Such power here from Obulari. Ball inside to Bakali. And he slots that away. Obulari. Just absolute beast mode. You've got to feel sorry for the Swansea centre-back there. And there they are, little and large. We haven't seen that for a while. The two Belgians. Great friends in real life. Great compatriots on the pitch. And celebrating together as they have done so many times. Coelho's enjoying that. The keeper. He saved us a goal at the start of this game. And Bakali's gained us one here at the end. So just harassment there. Absolute GBH from Obulari. Defender nearly had it back, but so much power. Forcing him to fall over. And then it's a simple, selfless ball inside to Bakali and an easy finish. But there it is. 3-0. A good win in the end for Blackburn on the road. First game of the season. First game jitters out of the way. There's that new centre-back partnership of Ndiaye and Reece Oxford. The craft and the power of those two, I think, could easily win us a Champions League.
Right, so I'm going to sim the Newcastle game. I think I mentioned maybe that I might not be doing that, but I've had to think about how ridiculous my recording sessions would be. So I have 3 recording sessions a week, and if I'm trying to fit in 5 games into that, even if I reduce the length of the games, which makes them a bit difficult, it's still going to be tough for me. So I'm going to concentrate on Champions League. I think FA Cup and the big Premier League games I'm going to play as well. But for the ones that we should win, like Newcastle, I'm going to sim them. Or no, inevitably we'll probably lose now, and that'll be a shame. But let's see how we get on. Our first sim game in a while. Oh, we lose. Not a good start. Okay, there's 1 win, 1 loss. The Tim's Blackburn Rovers side. Luckily, Bakali's still improving. That's good to know. 25 million still in the bank. We need to hear back from that scout today. Oh, okay. It's going to be close. Hopefully this is the scout back with some good news. Oh, finally Danny Rose looks like he's going to go through. Okay, so we've had a scouting report in. This is a big one. What do we get here? Okay. Kamano, 77 overall. Good all-round player. Doesn't really better what we've got so far, although he would be cheap. Waris, again, not so great. And Ben Yedder, real big talent in real life, but not exactly what we're looking for. Don't know whether we're going to see another scouting report back by the end of the window. Just check where we are. 9 goal, and I think we'll go back in for him if we can. Danny Rose is going to be a good left-back signing. I've had a few little cheeky thoughts of some strikers we could look at. There are 3 of them. So the first one is Arsenal's Danny Welbeck just about sneaks in. I believe will have had at least maybe played a little bit in the under-21s under Gareth Southgate just to bring him in under that 6 degrees of Sherwood link. That's maybe a tenuous one, but I'm happy with it. Tell what we can get. Christian Benteke, obviously, of Liverpool, once of Aston Villa, was firing under Tim Sherwood. So happy to bring him in. And last but not least, Harry Kane, another player that Tim Sherwood knows well. So these 3 strikers would be great. One of those would really set us up for this Champions League battle. Nainggolan, we're going to go back in for him, I think. Let's keep cracking on. We're about to see our Champions League group. That's going to be really interesting. So who have we got? Ooh, Benfica, Lyon and Sparta Prague. That's well doable. We're the big side there, obviously seeded. First place seed, having won the league. Let's not forget that. Okay, any negotiations in? Oh, Kane and Benteke. That would be great. Either one of them would be huge for us. Absolutely huge. And what a nice storyline that would be to have either of those players back at the club. Got 25 million in the bank at the moment. Let's not forget we've also got potentially 7 million from the sale of Doughty. See what we're working with. Oh, 20 million. That's fine. We could stretch to that for Harry Kane, I think. See if we can get any money off. Doesn't look like it. Anyone you want to take from us? We can offer you a good condition Aman Traore. Don't fancy him, okay. So 20 million it is. See if we can get money off Benteke. Doesn't look like we will. Welbeck, that's a shame. Might have another crack at him, actually. And Nainggolan we're waiting on. Probably Danny Rose will go for in terms of a left back. Jordan Ibe, we could sell him maybe if we got Welbeck in because he is a winger as well. So we're going to be skipping this game as well. How do we fare against Watford? 1-0 win. Good. Solid. Into 5th place, the reigning champions. Not out of the running yet. Oh, Henley's improving dramatically. Big fan of that. Zachary Bakali continues to, as does Reece Oxford. Wow, I'm glad we trusted in Henley. I think he's paying back that respect that we didn't look for a new right back. Right, we need to see some action here. This is big time now. This is big school. This is... Oh, Nainggolan's broken down. Not happy with that. That's Nainggolan out the window. That leaves us ready to swoop, though, for Harry Kane. Oh, we're not going to afford Kane and Rose without selling Doughty. That leaves us a little bit short in centre midfield. I suppose we've got Ndiaye's back up there. It's a shame. I would have liked Nainggolan. But I'm much more happy to be getting Harry Kane up front. What a signing that is. Back under the wing, under the tutelage of his master, Tim Sherwood. Oh, Danny Welbeck's back as well, though. That's interesting. See how much Danny Welbeck's going for. Benteke, 27. No, it's ridiculous. As in real life. We're not Crystal Palace. We're not that stupid. Welbeck for 17. Ooh, technically he's better than Harry Kane. But I can't fight. I just can't fight the narrative of Harry Kane going back to Tim Sherwood. So that is happening. That is absolutely happening. What a signing that is! Harry Kane back under the wing of Tim Sherwood. That is beautiful. So we're going to have to sell Doughty because we need the cash. Leaves us with 12 million. That is enough for Cresswell. Obviously that's well enough for Danny Rose or Robinson. Now I've got a real soft spot for Cresswell. But do I sign him over Rose? Who's the better passer? Cresswell's got the pinpoint crossing. He's so much stronger as well. He's not as fast as Danny Rose. Robinson's got a little bit of both. He's got no player skills. Ball winning 83. He's not a ball winner. That's the problem here. I think Danny Rose is the best option, really. I'm going to go for him. That might leave us a little bit of money left as well. Going into the end of this, into the January transfer window. So I'm happy to do that. Tommy Spur, you can go. We don't need you. So that leaves us with 6 million in the bank. We can keep Jordan Ibe. Doughty goes out, but that's not too much of a big deal. But Harry Kane comes in. What a signing that is. That is just incredible work there from Tim Sherwood. And I think we'll end it there. So in the next episode, we get to see Harry Kane make his debut in the FA Cup against Birmingham City. That should be a good game for him, a big game for him, alongside all of our other new signings. So that was a bit of an epic episode. We've built a nice team here. It would be nice to get Nainggolan. Maybe in January we'll go back in for him. But now the Champions League begins. So I'll see you on Wednesday. I don't think we've got any Champions League games in the next episode, but we might do. We'll find that out on Wednesday when I've recorded the next one. It's all a bit up in the air what's going to be in each episode at the moment. So just tune in to find out, and I'll see you in a bit.